Hey guys, we got something special today. We got this. Look at it. Look at it. And we're going to be putting this on the wall. Alright. And here it is. Look at this. Look at this. Boom. Boom! Boom! Woo! Ah! Alright guys, so yeah, I just put up the poster. It's awesome. I love it. It's so big. It's bigger in person, guys. Although, I don't know if Dwayne is as big as that in real life, but it's whatever. Today I do want to react to something real quick. I saw this, and it got me a little worried. I don't know if anyone here has heard of quiet quitting. I don't do that. I'm not a person who's trying to quit my job. I don't do the bare minimum. I don't attempt to. It's difficult sometimes. But, anyways. Right? Yeah, let's get into it. It's titled Warning to Quiet Quitting Employees. Employers are quiet fighting. This is the part that got me terrified. It's just like, it's like, oh, well, we think you're doing this, so we're just going to do this. And, it's like, oh, well, it's really a summative. This is just worrying me. I don't know. And the video is by Clear Value Tax. So let's get into it.
Today's video is about quiet quitting. I want to give a big warning to all the quiet quitters that are watching. Employers are responding to quiet quitting by quiet firing. So the retaliation has begun. And I'm warning you, quiet quitters are going to be the first to get laid off.
I need to look up the definition of this now. After this, to understand if there's any criteria I might meet that I'm not, it's like, oh, there's doing this and this, and then it's like, well, dude, I don't even go to the bathroom when I'm not even on a break. If I'm on a break, I take a bathroom, but if I'm not even on a break, I don't go to the bathroom. So it's like, well, so I would hope I don't meet any criteria inadvertently, right? I would be very upset, but things happen, and I'm upset sometimes.
In 2023 as the recession deepens. For people that are unfamiliar with quiet quitting, you probably already know what it is. You just know it under a different name, such as slacking, taking your foot off the gas pedal at work, acting your wage. So it's basically not going above and beyond at work.
I'd say I attempt the opposite of that, although currently I'm lacking due to the fact that I recently attempted to change when I work to meet being able to do better. So if anything, I'm doing the opposite, but whatever, right?
It's doing the bare minimum, just enough to get the job done and not get fired. And you know what? Many people will say that this is nothing new, and you're absolutely correct. The concept is nothing new. However, I want to show you something. Here's a chart of labor productivity for the past 20.
What is this? 2001. Wow. Okay. 2008. 2009. 2014. 2016. 2020. Of course. That's interesting. So yeah, interesting.
22 years.
Damn.
Yes, there are ups and downs, there are cycles. However, what we're seeing right now is not normal. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, in the first half of 2022, productivity has plunged at its sharpest rate since 1947. So that's what all this commotion is about. Again, the concept is nothing new. It's just alarming how much traction and momentum that this is gaining. The most recent Gallup survey shows that half of US workers describe themselves as quiet quitters. They fulfill their job description, but they are psychologically detached from their work. Generation Z and the millennials are seeing the biggest drop in engagement. So I want you to know the consequences.
I want to do
when
it. I want to work.
productivity slows down, economic growth slows down. I want you to visualize this. So let's just say that you have high productivity. Let's just say that people at work are effective, they're working efficiently, they're just crushing it at work. So do you ever see those videos on social media where people are just amazing at their jobs? Well, I'm sure that a lot of you have seen those clips. Some of those are pretty mind-blowing.
Oh, I thought
imagine.
I thought I was gonna say, you ever see those clips on social media where it's like in a fast food restaurant, they're just making a drink and throwing it. Yeah, man, that really is fucking up. But no, he's like, you ever see those good ones? So I'm like, no, I've never. Although I'm never on TikTok, but yeah, no, never. Continue, please.
That everybody's just doing awesome. People are flourishing at work. In that type of economy, so much is getting done. So many goods and services are being produced. That pushes the price of goods and services down. So this translates to a higher standard of living. On the flip side of that, so the opposite is when you have an economy.
So a high standard of work would translate to a high standard of living. Okay, that makes some sense. I can dig with that. So then a low standard of work would translate to a low standard of living. Yeah, that's fair. But then the structure of issue is in the play of like the double standard of like you're not allowed to be emotional, and then it's like, well, if you're emotional it's bad, but it's like companies aren't like allowed to be emotional, but then they're fine when they're emotional and they fire like this and do this. It's just so weird. I don't know.
There are work environments where the workers are disengaged. They're doing the bare minimum. It's an environment of lower productivity. In that type of scenario, you're going to have less goods and services that are being produced. This means higher inflation and a lower standard of living for all.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm not saying that this is the primary driver of inflation. That's the Federal Reserve's fault. I'm just saying that lower productivity contributes to inflation.
Well, I mean, yeah.
So
obviously.
we all know that it's good to be productive, obviously.
I try to.
But you can't have people just work, and just slave away, because in that type of environment, a higher proportion of people will burn out. When workers burn...
Bro, I literally burned it. Bro, it's so frustrating to have it, like, it's like, it's like they don't understand, and it's like now they understand, but they don't acknowledge the fact. It's just, bro. Dude, I just want to work. I just want to do something. I just want to clock into a station and do it and then clock out. But no, dude, it's so complicated, dude. Like, come on. Jeez. Just let me work. Just let me work. Just let me. Just let me work. Just let me, just let me work, and then I'll do it. How about that?
Burnout, their engagement is low, and productivity drops. According to Glassdoor, which is a website that focuses on careers, when employees give a review these days, they're mentioning burnout 42% more than they were back in 2019. So nobody knows why employee burnout is rising so rapidly. One theory is that people were working so hard in 2020 and 2021 and they burnt out. So do you remember in 2020 and 2021 when a lot of people switched to remote work? So you probably heard that employee productivity went up. However,
I did not, bro, in the pandemic, bro, it sucked, dude. I was working somewhere, and then the pandemic, and then no one there took the freaking precautions, and then I left after saying my concerns about it. And then a few weeks later, I hear that they get a case. And it's so frustrating. And I get a new job, and they're just so awful. They treat me like awful. Like, hey, you need to do that. Why didn't you do that? It's like, I'm here. I gotta do this. And it's like, there's no one else here, and you're just talking in the back for oh my gosh, like, gee, like, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, do stuff, like, geez. And then, I don't know, I just want to do stuff. I just want to do stuff. Dude, I'm just going to start digging in my backyard and getting a metal detector. Like, dude, just, like, let me do stuff. Dude. Come on.
You may or may not have heard, but the data showed that people were actually working longer hours with remote work. So one theory is that many employees burned out and it triggered the Great Resignation. On top of that, with the labor shortage, employees don't feel as much pressure to perform. So this quiet quitting movement, it's been...
Bro, it's honestly... Oh, dude, it's just... Literally, to me, it's like everyone else is just like... You know, on the phone, this and that. Like, it's like... Playing a baseball game out loud on their phone, and then it's like me, and I'm like trying to do good and this and that, and then like other ones, people take like long breaks and this and that, and it's me. It's like I do one like wrong thing. It's like everyone else. It's like It's like, oh my goodness! Like, come on, guys, can we not just like, I don't know, be a little better with everyone? Like I'm trying, and like they're not. Like, come on, like geez, we don't see things like me. I'm smart. Please listen.
Gaining momentum and it's showing up in the data. However, employers are now retaliating. They're responding to quiet quitting by quiet firing. Okay, so quiet quitting, it's not about quitting. It's the concept of not going above and beyond at work. So quiet firing, it's not about firing employees. So let's just say that you're a quiet quitter. If your boss is quiet firing you, that means that they're trying to make your life at work more difficult, and they're hoping that you're just going to quit.
Bro,
so resumebuilder.com.
Bro, I didn't think it could get more difficult, and I tried to make an easier situation, and now that's turning into the nightmare. Like, oh my goodness. Dude, I give up. Dude, just like, put me in jail, dude. That's easier to follow, dude, than anything. Like, oh my gosh.
Reports that 1 out of 3 managers admits to quiet firing in hopes that an employee will quit.
Damn.
Management?
Damn.
They're basically
1 in 3. That's 33% of management is a vindictive bitch. What the fuck? Like, jeez, dude. Like, we're supposed to be a bit better if you're like higher. Like, dude, like, don't take it so personally. You're getting paid more. I don't know, maybe you could stay if you're salaried and stay extra. Like, I don't know, the side position I feel are, I don't know, I don't learn things. No one teaches me. So maybe teach me. Don't teach us. Just teach me. Say that.
basically doing this because they don't like confrontation. So I'm going to give you some examples of quiet firing, which is again about making your life more difficult at
Bro, they're just big betas.
work. This includes, but it's not limited to, denying you paid time off, demoting you, trying to get you fired. So that's a good way to make you want to quit. And how happy are you going to be going into work when you know your boss is constantly trying to get you fired? Denying you a promotion, denying you a raise, and having us sit down with you, let's talk about your performance, the dreadful, you need to put in more effort talk, or the team player talk.
No. If anything, I had that talk with them, so I don't know what's going on here. I don't know. I basically I talk first. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I feel like I'm. It's just because I'm baby man. It's like whatever, blah blah blah. You can't do anything. It's like I'm just gonna jump off Mount Everest with parachutes. Come on, guys, let's go. It'll be fun for me, right? Let's go. It'll be easier than doing what I'm doing. I'm living a normal life. Apparently, guys, let's do it. Let's come on, guys. Come on, guys. Come on.
If your boss is quiet firing you, then it's basically like you're back in a high school environment again.
Yeah.
They're playing games with you, mind games, psychological games, messing with you.
Bro, it's awful.
They're trying to make your life miserable in order to get you to quit. So if you're stubborn and you stick it out, you're probably just going to get them more frustrated. So I know from experience, you can expect escalation, tension.
No.
This is going to contribute to more toxic environments and a complete breakdown of communication.
It's not
So it'll just
legal.
go from bad to worse. So I just want to say this to the quiet quitters, that you need to understand how management will be counter-striking you. And I want you to be aware that the recession is going to get
Where they
worse in
played Counter-Strike
2023.
now. It's
So
a
if you're a
game.
quiet quitter and you don't want to get laid off, then do not overplay your hands. When times get tough, when the economy worsens, you're going to be the first ones on the chopping block.
But it's a hand for a reason. It's not like I'm trying to steal cards out of someone else's deck. What do you mean? I was given a hand. Let me told you can't. You got a hand. You gotta deal with the hand you dealt. Maybe it's like, don't deal your hand. Like, what the fuck, dude? I love living. I was like, dude. I love living.
According to ResumeBuilder.com's survey of 1,000 managers, they discovered that
1,000.
98% of managers say it's important that workers do more than the bare minimum. That should be heartbreaking for any quiet quitter, because quiet quitting is all about...
I mean, I mean, I don't know what you want. I mean, I feel like... I mean, it's kind of a contradiction, right? Like, let's say... like, there's a minimum, right? It's like, bro, like, how, it's, what? It's like, no, you can't say you gotta do more than the minimum. Just raise the minimum then. Like, what are you on crack about? Like, what? Like, what? Bro, you just can't do the minimum. No, dude, then just raise the minimum. Like, what? Like, are you mental? Like, are you mental, dude? You know, it's like if I want my mom, who would show up late for me as a child to pick me up on time, I would tell her to arrive beforehand. So I would raise the minimum because I knew she wouldn't do as much. So you do things to countermeasure. I don't understand the idiocracy of not raising a minimum when it's not a like set minimum, to have laws to say set job description minimums. I don't fully understand this tone of I can't do anything, so you have to do more because I'm not able to tell you to do more, but you can tell me to do more. It's so indicative to how messed up it is. It's like management doesn't know anything. It's like there's a school you go to and you become a manager of a place, and it's like, wow, I get to run these peasants like slaves, and it's like, wow, these people who go and grind their lives away in their work are treated like slaves. It's like, you know, you would go to like college, like a hotel room, or you go to the streets and be a hobo and work. Like, what is this dog shit life? Like, Jesus.
Doing the bare minimum. 64% of managers say quiet quitters are unlikely to have a successful career.
Bro, they're saying like that, and I swear to God, they're saying, hey, quiet quitters. Let's just say, your career, it's not gonna be the most easy to be a success from now on out. If you know what I mean. And then that's what 75% of managers say it's justifiable to fire someone for only doing the bare minimum. I repeat. Why is it the bare minimum if you can't do it? It's not. What's the point of there being a minimum? Like, Jesus, you guys are mental. You go to school and you don't know what the concept of minimum is. You guys are mentally ill. Like, oh my gosh, and then you spread that to your workers. Oh my gosh, it's insane, dude. Like, look at the 75%. Like, what? Oh my god, minimum. Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah. Come on, just go back to college. Go back to school, guys. Just go back to school. Just go back to school. Just leave me alone and let me work. Like, come on, you're just silly. You're so silly.
75% of managers say it's justifiable to fire someone for only doing the bare minimum. So it makes you wonder why employers just don't increase the standards for what the bare minimum is. So they should stop beating around the bush and just put it in the job description, right? So listen, if you're a quiet quitter, you're not going to be winning any popularity contests with your managers or your bosses, okay? So more likely than not, they probably think that you have...
Notice how I didn't say coworkers, because it's not like it matters what your coworkers think, because it's not like you can ever go to your boss and say, yo, Jimmy Timmy's on their phone. They're like, oh, Billy Bambi, gotta go, and boom, boom. And it's like, well, no one matters, because bam-ba-doom. And it's like, well, ba-ba-doo-ba-dee-ba-da-ba-doo-ba-da. And it's like, what's the point of having a rule if you don't follow it? And then it's like, ba-ba-doo-ba-dee-ba-da, ba-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-da-ba-da. You know?
An attitude problem. But hey, check this out. The most recent Gallup report says that quiet quitting is a symptom of poor management.
Hey, you guys
I don't
suck!
know if you
I knew
should
it!
say that to your boss that's trying to fire you.
Fuck you, you
Unless
suck,
you're seeking
bosses
escalation, that
everywhere.
would be a good way
Jeez,
to achieve
just
that.
be better.
I imagine. But listen up. If you don't want to get laid off, then be careful because the recession is about to get much worse.
Dude.
There's very high inflation right now, okay? And the Federal Reserve, they're going to continue damaging the economy until unemployment rises to approximately 5%.
That's where they like it.
So that's going to be plenty of time for the economy to degrade. So a recession is going to redefine the quiet quitting movements. Times will change and you're going to have to adapt. You want to upgrade to becoming a quiet quitter 2.0, basically a better version. So you don't want to be a 2022 quiet quitter. In 2023, you're just going to be asking to lose your job then. So you can't just keep using the same old bag of tricks. You have to upgrade. Listen, I want to explain this to you. During good economic times, your employers are going to be trying to figure out how to motivate you. During bad economic times, they're just going to fire you. So it's already started. So take a look at Big Tech. First, it was just the hiring freezes. And then it was a light round of layoffs. And now when you see in the headlines, Facebook is going to lay off 15% of their employees, you know, you're not surprised. 15% translates to 12,000 employees for Meta. Amazon is freezing all corporate hiring due to economic uncertainty.
Oh, no.
Lyft is cutting 13% of their workforce. Stripe is cutting 14% of their staff.
Damn.
So you probably heard about the mass layoffs at Twitter, and the list goes on.
Damn.
So listen,
son.
don't do anything that I wouldn't do. A recession is coming. If you're a quiet quitter and you don't want to get cut, then you're going to have to be smart about this. I would suggest having little spurts of productivity to appear.
Hey, I got a good idea. How about this? How about don't quite quit? How about just work if you want to work? And then how about just fucking part time if you don't want to work full time? I don't know. But then they'll make you work like 2 10-hour days and make you burn your head with a magnifying glass. Yeah, I don't know. It's really weird. No one wants to work with you. They don't want to handshake you without putting their hand up their own ass and giving you some dog shit. Like, holy crap. I want to work. Just give me work. I'll start an OnlyFans. I will. Just let me work. Let me do something. Come on, guys.
You're more valuable than you are. So you essentially want to appear like you're carrying your weight. So you may truly be carrying your weight, but you just have to make sure that your bosses see that. Appearances at work are so important. So if you're going to do anything, that requires effort, just make sure that you get some visibility and some recognition. So that's probably going to hold you over from getting fired for a good 6 to 8 weeks, and then you're going to probably have to put up another show. So you're going to have to keep doing this until the recession blows over. So listen, I'm just trying to help people not get fired. So I hope you didn't misconstrue my message. To all the bosses and the managers out there, I mean, you should be thanking me because I'm telling the quiet quitters to increase their productivity at least a little bit during these rocky economic times.
I mean, hey.
So you're welcome, and please feel free to give me a super thanks as compensation if you're a manager, if you're a boss. That's your quiet quitting update for today.
Nice.
Please subscribe. I thank you for the support and wish you a very nice day.
Thank you, buddy. That was the video. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I just want to work. And I don't know, but I want to work. And I want to work. And, I think I forgot to mention this, but I want to work. So, yeah. All right, thanks, guys. Have a great day. Goodbye.